Let's continue with advance ruling. Authority of advance ruling. Now, who will be the authority? Because it is not an income tax department, my dear friend. It's a separate body. Income tax department and assessee both can go to the advance ruling for a particular transaction. Therefore, AAR is a separate authority. And before giving any judgment, advance ruling authority will listen to the assessee, also to the income tax department, commissioner of income tax. Let's look at the composition. Who is advance ruling authority? I don't know whether it is important from examination perspective, but for knowledge you should learn it. Advance ruling authority shall constitute by the central government. It's a central government body. Composition: in advance rule there will be four types of members or person, you can say. First is the chairman, second is the vice chairman. Okay, chairman and vice chairman, and then there will be revenue members, and then there will be law members. There will be law members. Now you can understand the composition is so beautifully designed that there will be a chairman and vice chairman, and these people are retired judges of high courts and Supreme Court. Obviously they know how to give a judgment. Okay, apart from that, they want a revenue member to discuss the tax application, and they have legal member to understand legal consequences. So the authority which is created by this multi-talented people, definitely you can understand they are not going to give something baseless judgment. It has to be a proper and appropriate judgment. Qualification for appointment. Now qualification have changed. Before 2017 the qualification was different, and post 2017 the qualification is different, or the whole procedure is changed to some extent. A chairman who is the person who has been a judge of a Supreme Court. So this is the first qualification. A chairman can be a judge of Supreme Court, or he can be a Chief Justice of High Court, or if he is not a Chief Justice of High Court, he should be at least normal judge of High Court for at least 7 years. This was the old criteria. Okay. Vice Chairman who has been a judge of a High Court, a revenue member who is a member of a board, that is member of CBDT. Okay. He can be from Indian Revenue Service. A revenue member from Central Excise. This is for indirect tax matters, so I am not going in detail of that. A law member from Indian Legal Services, ILS. Like we are having IRS, there is a ILS, and he was a secretary to the government of India. Now location of AR should be National Capital Territory of Delhi. So usually the location will be Delhi, but its benches can be spread out of whole of India. It can have state-wise benches or jurisdictional benches. That depends on the AAR, central body. Constitutional of benches. Sir, how the benches are? Bench is someone who take the you can say bench means panel, who listens to the assessee and give the judgment. It's not a single member body, so there will be a composition. So how the compositions will be created for the benches? A power and function of AR may be discharged by its benches as may be constituted by the chairman. Benches will be constituted by the chairman, not by the central government, from among the members thereof. Composition: a bench shall consist of chairman or vice chairman. So chairman or vice chairman. So because chairman will be one person, he cannot be present in all the cases. So either C or VC. Okay. One revenue member and one law member. Okay. However, where the authority is dealing with an application seeking advance ruling in a matter relating to Income Tax Act, the revenue member of the bench shall be a member from the Indian Revenue Service who is the qualified to be member of the board. So when we are talking about direct tax matter, this revenue member should not be from indirect taxes, he should be from CBDT. Okay. Any vacancy in the office of the chairman by reason of his death, resignation or otherwise, obviously whenever chairman is not there, VC will become the C. A senior most vice chairman shall be act as the chairman until the date on which a new chairman is appointed in accordance with the provisions of the act. In case chairman is unable to discharge his functions owing to absence, illness or any other cause, a senior most vice chairman will discharge the obligation of chairman. Now that was old law. Now this is the new law. New one you should remember, that is more relevant. So you should focus more on new. So then why are you teaching old versus new? Because old is also in existence and new is also in existence. Old is applicable for those benches which were constituted before 2017. Now new will be applicable after 2017. The central government has notified tribunal, appellate tribunal and other authorities qualification, experience and other condition and service of members rules 2020. So this rules has been framed now to specify the qualification, appointment, terms of office, salaries, allowances, resignation, removal. That means it is there. HR policies, central government has launched HR policies for various benches or bodies that is appointed under central government. Look at that. So qualification for appointment as a chairman who is or has been judge of a Supreme Court. New, it was even earlier it was there who is or has been Chief Justice of High Court. This is also same. Now the third condition was removed. Okay, a vice chairman, a person who is or has been judge of a high court. Okay, so that 7-year criteria is gone now. Revenue member is from Indian Revenue Service, is qualified to be the member of the Central Board of Direct Taxes, and an officer of Indian Customs and Central Excise Service who is qualified to be member of Central Board of Excise and Custom. The name of Central Excise and Custom has been changed now. It is CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom. And this is very important because it is amended now. Okay, and he has performed judicial or quasi-judicial or adjudicating function for at least 3 years. So he is having 3 years experience. This was missing in earlier case. Therefore they are now saying whoever is being appointed from the revenue division, at least he should have 3 years judgment giving experience. Then only he can be taken as a member there. A law member which has a combined experience of 10 years being district judge or additional district judge. 10 years experience should be there. Then only the person can be qualified to become a member of AR. What I am trying to say, AR is not a small authority, it's a very big authority, because obviously very big people will go there. Facebook, Google, Honda, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Vodafone, this kind of companies are going to apply. You cannot have their, ordinary persons who are going to handle the case. It has to be the very professional and qualified and competent body. The term of the chairman and vice chairman, this is important for multiple choice question. It was not there. Now they are saying the chairman, vice chairman and member of the authority shall hold office for the term of 4 years until he attain the age of specified limit or whichever is earlier. So maximum 4-year term they have given here. Age criteria. Now what is the retirement age criteria, sir? Term of 4 years, this is also important. Age criteria, look at this. A chairman will retire by default by 70 years. A vice chairman will retire at 65 and member will retire at 65. So these are the maximum ages that is written in the law, that okay, before this or at this time he has to retire and he cannot serve a term more than 4 years unless and until he has been reappointed. So now the appointment is time bound. It is not endless. It's not infinite. Vacancies not to invalidate proceeding. This is very important. Based on this you will see the question and answers. No proceeding before or any pronouncement of the advance ruling by the authority shall be questioned or shall be invalid on the ground merely of existence of any vacancy or defect in the constitution of the authority. Say for example, somebody is having 2.5 year experience. Okay, somebody like from Indian Revenue Service, a revenue member is having 2.5 year experience. What is the requirement? He should have 3 years experience. But somebody who was having 2.5 year experience was a member in AR, which has given the authority, which has given the ruling in your case, and the ruling was not in your favor. Can you challenge the ruling just because that person was not qualified enough for to be appointed? Now that is, this particular question protects government of India by saying no, any vacancy or defect in the constitution of body will not invalidate proceeding. Yeah, if there is some other reason, logical reason, that you can come forward and explain us, but just because there was a vacancy or some defect in the appointment, that will not invalidate the rulings given by the authority. You cannot waste the time of the authority for this purpose. Next, so what are the powers of authority? Now so far as power is concerned, you can remember always all the civil code powers are there. We are having one question and answers, one question there in Q&A. There I will discuss about civil powers. You know that inspection of books of accounts, commissioning or summoning somebody, taking a statement on the oath, compelling person to produce the books of accounts. So all those powers, whatever the powers civil courts are having in India, those powers are given to adjudicating authority, which is AR, because they are also giving the judgment. They are giving in advance. Obviously, without having the appropriate power, their functions may not be fully efficient. The authority is deemed to be a civil court. So you should understand that. And every proceeding before authority shall be deemed to be a judicial proceeding under the Indian Penal Code. That's what you have to deem. It is considered as a proceeding. It is having a legal validity now. So it is with legal backing, it becomes more powerful, more reliable. That's all. Thank you.